Hi everyone. There is nothing like best friends. They can make us feel great because they see the best in us. And wouldn't it be great if your best friend forever was always with you? Hi everyone. In this video, I want to share with you some ways on how we can help children become their own best friend forever. But first of all, let me welcome you to Growing Resilience in Kids. My name is Anna, and I help children learn how to believe more in themselves, how to step outside their comfort zone, how to move through fear so they can do the things that makes them happy, chase their dreams, and reach their fullest potential. Now, I asked you earlier a question. Wouldn't it be great if your best friend forever was always with you? Well, that can happen. That can happen only when you become your own best friend forever. This is one of the things that I teach children in my online sessions and my workshops. And today I want to share with you some ideas on how we can help children how can we help children learn the same things, that they can be their own best friend forever. Now, that might sound a little bit silly, but please listen. Teaching kids to become their own best friend can be one of the most important skills you ever teach them. The key to teaching children how to be their own best friend is to teach them about the power of positive self-talk. Self-talk refers to what you say to yourself, both verbally, out loud, and throughout your thoughts. Whether you are aware of it or not, you are almost always thinking about something and talking to yourself. Yes, you do. Every day, every hour, and every minute, we are saying something to ourselves that is either going to build us up or tear us down. And most of the time, as I said, we are not aware of the messages that we send to ourselves. Now, to give you an idea what is self-talk and how self-talk works, I'm going to ask you to imagine two things, two scenarios. The first scenario, it is to imagine that you are at work and your boss calls you into his office. And the second scenario, it is to imagine that a friend calls you and says that she's coming to visit you because she has something important to tell you, but she can't say on the phone. Now, what are you doing when, let's say, these two scenarios happen? Probably for the first scenario, when the boss calls you in his office, you start to worry. You start to think if you did something wrong. Please type yes or no if this is one of the things that you are thinking. And for the second scenario, probably when your friend calls you and she says she will come to visit you, you are wondering what happened, why she couldn't say on the phone, or did I say something wrong? It is very bad what she has to say. Please leave me your comments with what would you think if these two scenarios are happening. Well, every time when these things happens, we start to worry, right? We start to think and we start to wonder. This is called self-talk. And our children are doing it too. Types of self-talk. It is negative self-talk and positive self-talk. Negative self-talk includes statements, observations, and judgment that creates negative feelings and keep children from achieving their goals. Negative self-talk includes statements such as I can't, or I'm going to fail, or they won't like me, or I can't do it, I'm bored, and so on. Negative self-talk creates self-doubt, creates fear, low self-esteem, and low confidence. Positive self-talk includes statements, observations, and affirmations that supports us, supports children in their lives. Positive self-talk includes statements such as, I can do it, I'm ready to ask that test, I feel great, I'm sure that people will like me, and so on. Can you see how positive self-talk supports us? Creates positive energy that makes us feel better and will help us achieve our goals? So now, what are the things that we can do to help our children when they use negative self-talk? Well, the first thing that we can do is to teach children to recognize negative self-talk. So what you need to do is to listen. Every time when you hear your child saying things about himself, negative things, like I can't, I never, I always, I'm not as good, or I always fail, or I can do anything, and talk with him how he feels when he hears himself saying these things. How he feels when he says that I can't, or I will never be able to do something. And point on how that can actually stop them from doing the things that they love. How this negative talk keeps them away from doing the things that they love. It takes their confidence away. The second thing that we can do is to help children to turn things around. So if your child says that is afraid to speak in front of the class, for example, ask what it is that makes him feel that way, and then ask to think of something positive, to think on positive things about himself, and think of what he can say that will make him feel more confident, that will make him feel less nervous or upset. And the third thing that you can do is to model positive self-talk. This is very, very important. It is very, very important to let children to hear us talking positively to ourselves. So try to avoid to use negative statements in front of your child, and use phrases like I can't, I will never win, or I will never have a better job, or I'm always the last. Instead, model the things that you would like your child to say to himself, like I know that today it was hard, but I can try again tomorrow. Or I believe that I can do better things, or I believe in myself. I believe that I can always improve. That's all for today. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in another video. If you have any questions, please leave them in the box and I will answer to them. Bye.